Yes, I am live on this Sunday evening. I didn't go live Friday. I've been busy getting some stuff done, so make sure y'all like the stream. Hopefully y'all been checking out the content. Y'all not behind. You know what's interesting is people will ask me about videos I posted a couple days ago because you're not checking in. You got to check in if you're not getting notifications, or you follow me on Twitter and Facebook, or sometimes Instagrams. Yeah. So, but we here live. Shout out to everybody that's here. I post a video on Instagram showing people me, because there are people out there that's think that I'm hiding, that I won't show myself. I've shown plenty of photos of myself. I just want to put a visual out here. And I want people to understand something. I don't have to show my face in videos and live streams to show you that what I say is authentic and it should be heard. I really wish that males, so-called red pill males, would stop concerning themselves with how somebody looks, because that doesn't make you look good. It makes you look suspect. It really does. Grown men who claim to be going their own way should not be asking other men about why they don't show their face. Who gives a shit? Most of the content creators you watch don't show their face anyway. Move on. But I had to, post one out here because I just wanted to prove to you it doesn't matter if I don't show my face. If I show my face, nothing is going to change. Not one goddamn thing. Not one goddamn thing will change. So, yeah. So yeah, I just want y'all to understand, man, that there's something happening on this platform. I don't know what it is. It's just something is going on. This is why I know I need a vacation from making content for a little while, because what I'm starting to see is not good. It's not good. Just the regressive, effeminate energy that is starting to permeate, it's starting to permeate through YouTube, man, even though YouTube's making all these changes. And by the way, for those of you who are interested, I do have a BitChute page, J_D_Black, if you're interested in going over there and subscribing. I don't think that my content would be subject to being taken down. I've been flagged numerous times. I've lost 2 whole fucking channels, but still, if you want to do that, y'all can go over there and put the link in there. If y'all want to go over there and subscribe over there, you can. A lot of content I've been doing is archived over there. But yeah, man, we have this effeminate energy that's starting to permeate throughout YouTube in these male quote unquote spaces, and it's getting out of hand. It's getting out of hand. You're making me look bad. You're making other content creators look bad. Okay? You got guys who've never seen a woman without any type of clothes on. You just have people that are just weak, and they just mentally weak. They just don't know how to progress. They regress. They regress. I'm not regressing. I'm moving forward. So deal with it. There are going to be people that are not going to be on my platform or my channels because they just don't have the mentality. They're stuck in 5 years ago, and they have not moved forward, which sucks for them. It's their life. If you choose to be regressive and you choose to fall into bad habits, that's everything to do with you. Nothing to do with nobody else. That has everything to do with you. Okay? Let's see who's here. True ATLN, Joe, MCC, Tony, Naima, Buckner, Cindy, what's going on? Shout out to Montreal. Mellow Bird, what's good? Foxy Lady, K Nicole, Ill Wills, Mr. Old School, Albert BNF, Bella, T Malone, what's good? Ill Wills, let's see. Gerard, Renee, SWP Disciple, David Watts, what's up? Wayne Tillman, Nolan, Jeffrey, let's see, Michael, Dwayne, Darian, Vern, Dion Covington, DT Artman, Remy LeBeau. Okay, let's see who else is here. I just skipped over. Did I skip over anybody? Okay, let me go back. Sadia, what's going on? Jamar, Reichman, Michael LD, what's up? Make sure y'all like the stream, man. You know? Flash Joseph, bringing clarity. Unknown X, like the stream, people. Like the stream. We are here live on this Sunday afternoon. Come on, man. Or evening, you know. I've been good, Sadia. Like I said, I've been getting stuff done. Moving some stuff around, you know. What up, D? Appreciate that, Charmaine. Shout out to you. Chris G. Let's see. Mo Money. Marie N. What's going on? Hey, Shalom. What's up? But we are not here to talk sports. We're here to talk a situation that has occurred. If anybody has seen the video that I made a couple days ago in regards to actress Candace Patton allegedly messing around with J.R. Smith, former NBA player. I put it in the chat room so you can see it. Thank you, Bella. What's good, Carla Burrell? Music was good. And that is why I titled this stream the way that I did. I know some people are going to see the title and they're immediately going to feel some type of way. I want you to understand that, you know, I titled this stream the way that I did because I feel like there's something going on with single women, man. There's a lot of single women getting caught up with married men or men in relationships. And I don't know if a lot of people are talking about it. I don't know if I don't see it. I don't see, you know, as far as women is concerned, because again, if a woman is messing around with a married man, it affects another woman's life, right? So you really have to look at whether or not, you know, this is a situation that we need to discuss. You know? So that's what we're going to do in this stream today. And I am going to take some phone calls. Now, I don't know if she's Paula Patton's sister. I've been looking into it. I don't see anything. I don't see anything about her. If that is her sister, let me check and see. I'm gonna look up something. Hold on, so I'm just looking it up. I don't see anything whether they're siblings or not. They could be, but I don't see anything. But hold on, but I don't know if they're sisters or not because Candace Patton is from she's from Mississippi. Now, what's interesting is that her father is Paul Patton and her mother is Ariana Jackson. So it's very interesting. She's from Mississippi, so I don't know if she's Paula Patton's sister. It might be distant relatives, but I don't think that they are siblings, so to speak. What's good, Abby? I see you. You know. But hopefully y'all saw that video. If you haven't, you can look at it after the stream, you know. Candace Patton is an actress. She plays on the Flash television show. She is the love interest of Porter Gustin, who, you know, is the protagonist, the hero of the show. And what's interesting is that her father is a police officer, the brother, in the show. But I want y'all to understand how different she is from all these other women that are side chicks and, you know, side pieces and this, that, and the third, like the stream people. Now, in regards to this particular topic, I see that one of the things that some people continuously miss is that she is not an Instagram model. She is an actress. Okay, she's not one of these aspiring actors. She's actually an actress. Okay. When you look at her social media, she doesn't carry herself as an Insta thought. You know, she's not on here searching for as much attention she can get. You know, I'm pretty sure she gets enough attention. She does give off the vibes of, I could marry this woman, but you got to understand, man, you got women who their mentality is a lot different than their public persona. Some of these women could be buttoned up. They can be, you know, sophisticated, but they can have the mind of a slore. They can have the mind of a slore. And when they see a dude with tattoos and he's tall and he plays basketball, they will probably be attracted to that, you know, have a little, you know, a bit of a thug side to him. They will be attracted to that. Even though he's married, even though he has a whole family, she's not really going to care. She's still going to have this dude walking her dog. She's still going to be making posts with him in it, just not caring about his wife. And I think that, you know, I just haven't seen a lot of content from especially married women or a lot of posts from married women speaking on this side chick culture and how it affects them. Because maybe they're living in denial. Maybe the guy that they're with has side chicks and they don't want to know. But I don't see, you know, talk about that. I do see talk about how, you know, we as men are making videos about women. You know, even though we may not even be talking about them, we might be talking about single women. But you still got women who are whole marriages still think that we're talking about them, but they refuse to address the side chick culture and how it's growing and growing. Okay, you got women who are okay with being the other woman. Well, up until they want to take that man from that woman. But I'm constantly seeing married women caring more about what we say about single women. You know, women who are out here in these streets, out here, you know, being a complete slore. They care more what we say about them than actual married women, which is very interesting. You know, maybe because they're going through a situation that they refuse to address. Now, we all know that people have two sides to their personality. Maybe, you know, maybe she has a side of her personality that no one sees, Candace Patton. But I think it's a bad look for you to be hanging around a married man who's been known to mess around his wife, because you know that people are going to connect you, but you didn't care. You're in the comment section, obviously flirting with him, because J.R. Smith went back on his Instagram and he deleted a whole bunch of posts going back to 2017 because she's probably in the comment section and he's probably flirting with her. But I just find it very interesting that you see a lot of married women more concerned with what's being said about single women than the fact that you have these same women who are dealing with married men or men in relationships. You know, they want to talk about everything but these marriages. Now, let's talk about these marriages. Let's talk about the fact that we have women out here who are chasing behind married men. Okay? Somebody like Candace Patton should be somebody's wife. You know what I'm saying? But instead, she's going to be known as JR's side piece. I mean, she's 31 years old. It's not like, you know, she's in her early 20s. I mean, this might be something, y'all got to understand, this could be a comfort zone for women. It could be comfortable for them to be the other woman. It could be comfortable for them to, you know, play a small role as long as they have the guy that they want, which is sad. It really is. It's sad when you have women who could be somebody else's girlfriend or wife choose to be somebody's side piece. I mean, it says a whole lot about their mentality. Don't believe in what people show you on social media. Believe in their actions, okay? Their actions will tell you a whole lot. Their actions will tell you the type of person they are mentally and how mature they really are. Because some, you know, women supposedly mature more faster than men, right? But you got women still making these same mistakes over and over and over and over, you know? I don't think this is the first time Candace Patton has probably dealt with the guy who's in a relationship or married. Once again, people get into a certain routine. They get comfortable in it, and it doesn't stop. It's just like the girl that used to be kind of nerdy, who did, you know, who made good grades, was very smart, wasn't getting the attention like the other girls were in high school. And even so much so, even in college. But once they graduate college, they get a good job, they change their look, they may get some enhancements, and now you see them on social media. Now they've become the woman that they've always wanted to be. They're getting the attention that they've always wanted to get with a degree, you know, because they were the girls that the guys really weren't into, but those guys are into them now. Or, you know, you got these girls who are coming up, these young girls who, once again, they're in the books. They're not really getting attention from guys in high school, maybe even college. But once they get that degree, they get in corporate America, they switch their look up. Or let's say that they get into the, you know, health field, or they get into law, whatever they're doing, real estate, whatever. They change their look up, and they want to get that attention they never really got. And what happens is those women go straight for the men they always wanted. And a lot of those men end up in relationships and married. But they don't care because that's the guy they've always wanted. They're making up for all that time when they weren't getting attention from those guys, like the J.R. Smiths of the world, you know, like the LeBron James. So we really have to look at what's going on as far as the mentality. There's a mentality, man. I'm telling you, man. A lot of these women on Instagram, they'll tell, the first thing they're going to tell you is that they got a degree. The first thing they're going to tell you that they're educated. The first thing they're going to tell you they got a good job. You know why? It's because the first part of their life was devoted to getting education, to going to school, to getting a degree. But once they had that, then they wanted to change their look because they wanted to get the attention they never really got. Why do you think that these women are going above and beyond on social media to get attention? They're going and getting the enhancements because they want to make up for all the time they didn't get attention. Look at Meg Thee Stallion. Meg Thee Stallion, they had a picture of her when she was in high school. She was thin. I don't think she got the same attention then as she's getting now that she done, you know, got fuller. You know, she's making up for lost time. Nicki Minaj, you know, they had an old picture of her. She didn't have no, she didn't look the way she looked then. She had before the enhancements, you know, she looked skinny, thin, and regular, you know. So you got women that are making up for lost time, women who've always been attractive, women who've always gotten attention. You don't see those women going as hard on social media. You just don't. You don't see them going as hard But you do see the females that are making up for lost time, that are making up for the attention they never really got. You know, we could say the same thing about dudes who, you know, they didn't have a lot of money growing up. They weren't able to, you know, to wear the name brand stuff a lot in high school. But once they got out of high school, whether they went to college, whether they went to the military, they were able to, you know, start a lifestyle that they've always wanted to have. Get a nice car, get a nice house, you know, maybe get in shape. That's their way of making up for lost time. So that's why I think that you're seeing the overdrive, the oversaturation of attention seeking. I mean, look at Lizzo. I mean, come on, man. Lizzo is definitely trying to make up for not getting attention from the guys that she wanted. And that mentality permeates, man. It could be girls that used to be cute in high school. Y'all know those girls be cute in high school, but they were really shy. You know what I'm saying? Painfully shy, but they were really smart. Now you look now and they showing you every square inch of their body that you never really seen before, because they never really was out there like that. Now they are. Now they are, because they're making up for lost time. They're making up for all the times they weren't able to get attention from the guys that they want. You know? Like the stream, people. So we really have to understand the psychology of women who were considered, you know, the ugly ducklings. Like, you will have, you know, melanated girls, right? They will go to school where they're like the only black female, right? They don't fit in. You know, boys don't really like them. You know, then they will go to maybe an all black school, and maybe they'll get more attention there than they did at the white school. I have heard stories of that. And we really have to look at the fact that the people that we do see getting on Instagram, all these platforms, and showing everything are usually women who weren't getting that attention when they were younger. They weren't. They were highly insecure. They still are. But they have an opportunity to right those wrongs. Some of you dudes are thirsting after women who never got that much attention when they were in high school or even in college. But now they're able to get it. And they're using their degrees. Whenever you say something about them, they will talk about how educated they are, how many degrees they have, how good of a job they have. Yes, because you prioritize, which is a good thing. There's nothing wrong with priorities. But if a man doesn't take you seriously, if a man doesn't want to marry you, if a man just sees you as a smash and dash, you have to reevaluate how you're presenting yourself in public and on social media. Make sure y'all like the stream, man. We are here live, man. I would like to see women who are married talk about the side pieces more, because trust and believe, your husband may have or currently has a side chick. I know you don't want to hear that, but that is what's going on, because if you're an attractive woman and other women see him with an attractive wife or girlfriend, they're going to get aggressive and really try to get his attention. And it depends on how strong your husband is or how much he cares about you, is whether he's willing to take the bait. You know, these women want to measure themselves against you. So instead of you worrying about who's making videos about who, let's talk about, once again, these married women that are dealing with husbands that have side chicks that are trying to ruin your marriage. You know, can we have a discussion about that instead of what we're saying about, you know, women who may be single mothers or, women who are out here sleeping around with this guy and that guy. Let's talk about these married women that put up with all type of shit, and then when the marriage is over, they're making all these accusations against this guy. What's up, William? What's up, Nick? Because I'm seeing these married women, man. They got all this to say about what we saying about single women now, who are out here in these streets making the female collective look bad. But they're not addressing the fact that we have a side chick culture that is growing. There was a female a couple of years ago that was wearing a shirt and she said it was like, I guess she said that it said side chick on it or something like that. But, we don't want to have those discussions. We just want to talk about, why are you dissing women? Why do you hate women? And it's like, because I had somebody say that to me in my Instagram comment section. They said, you seem bitter and to hate women. That's not the case. If I hated women, trust me, you would know if I hated women. Okay? Because I really do not have to hold back if I hated somebody. If I hated somebody, I'm going to let you know I don't like them. I have no reason to sit up there and hold my hate. If I hate somebody, trust me, you're going to know if I hate somebody. You're going to know if I have a disdain towards somebody. You're going to know that. I'm not going to hold that back. I'm not fake like that. Now, again, I may not address the person that I dislike, but if you ask me a question, I'm going to answer it accurately. But lucky for me, I don't hate anybody. There are people that I just won't fuck with. There are people that I just don't fuck with. There are people that I would never trust. There are people out there, they have the energy of somebody that you should just stay as far away from as possible. And that's what I do. I don't hate anybody. I just don't fuck with certain people. But yeah, I would definitely love to hear a married woman's take on these side chicks, man, because, a lot of married women are highly invested in what single women are doing. Instead of helping these women get them a ring, instead of helping these women find a man who wants to marry them, we want to get upset at what is being said about single women. Okay, single women who are out here in these streets dealing with men who are married or in relationships because they are home wreckers at heart. That's all they know how to do. They get on social media looking for a married man to go follow, to go talk to, because that's what they're attracted to. I'm telling you right now, there are women out here that are just very attracted to married men. Now, they're not going to admit it, but we know that they are attracted to them. Okay, let's see. I'm going to have the phone lines open for a little bit. It's not going to be open too long. So call in. Let's keep the calls brief, people. Let's have some courtesy for other people. I mean it. Let's have some courtesy for other people. What's up, Aunt? I'm sure married men do hit on single women, and it's up to those single women to understand the situation that they're in. Because them dudes ain't lying to them females, man. I'm sure they're not. Because they know that by being married that they can get the attention of women. They know. You're live at Jada Black. What's going on?
Hello?
Yo, what's up?
Hey, man, this is Chris coming out to Circuit City, man. Man, I know, chicks that all they've been doing is dating married men. And what it is they be extorting these married men.
Mm-hmm.
They getting extra cash off of these dudes, man. And I think that's one of the factors, too. They get the dick that they want.
Mm-hmm.
And then on top of that, they ain't got nobody trying to control them, tell them what to do. How they going to tell them what to do? They ain't there. They go around doing what they want to. And then when they need some money, they be like, hey, bro, you got to break it off. I know this one chick, she told dude, she was like, that ain't enough money. If you don't want wife to find out about us, you need to come with some more cash. So that's all. I just wanted to drop that in there.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks for the
All right, man. Keep up good work, and I'll keep listening.
All right, cool, man. Thanks for the call, man. Yeah, man. That too, blackmail. A lot of blackmailing do go on. That they tell you if you don't do this, they're gonna tell your wife and all that. See, man, women are not dumb, man. They understand men, man. They understand when a dude is lying because there are a lot of dudes that can't lie. That's why they get caught cheating all the time because they're terrible liars. You're live with Jay the Black. What's going on?
Yo, what's good, Jay, man?
What's up, man?
Man, not much, bro. Just chilling on this Sunday, man. But let's go ahead and get to it, man. But I definitely agree with what you said, man. Some people just like to just wreck good things for other people because just deep down in their hearts, well, they don't even really have a heart. They just got a black hole where their heart's supposed to be at. That's just how some women and just some women, men too, what I'm saying, they just like to just sleep with people that are in relationships because, they're just not happy with themselves and they just like to wreck other people's happiness, you know what I'm saying? But, I don't even know why a chick would even marry J.R. Smith in the first place. I mean, that dude's a bachelor at heart, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, he gonna continue to do his thing regardless. So it's like, I don't know why you would want to marry a dude like that and then turn around and get mad at him. I mean, not to say that he doesn't share any, doesn't deserve any criticism because he does, you know what I'm saying? You stepped out on your vows, bro, and out here with another chick. And it's like, I looked her up, man, and like, they say that she's married, and not married. She was born in 88. She don't look like she was born in 88. She look like she was probably born in like 82. You know what I'm saying? But like, she don't look all that young to me. Like, she got an old neck. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know why JR, if you're gonna cheat, man, at least cheat up. You know what I'm saying? Because I've seen his wife. She look decent. You know what I'm saying? She look better than this broad. But
well, maybe
when then his wife had like some.
Yeah, now, maybe it's because she's an actress on like a well-known show. You know what I'm saying? And there are people who find her really attractive, and maybe it was that.
Yeah, man. And this look even bad on him because it's like when then his wife when she like dealing with cancer or something a couple years ago.
Yeah. I don't know if it was her. I don't know if it was her or one of their kids. I think it was maybe one of their kids. I'm not sure.
Oh, okay. But anyway, man, this ain't a good look. But the one thing that JR is known for, man, he known for running through these chicks, man. Like, for taking bad shots, on and off the court. Because I mean, this chick, she looks pretty. I mean, she ain't bad looking, you feel me? But she kind of like, kind of basic for real for me. If you're gonna cheat, at least cheat up, nigga. But it's just certain people just don't need to be married, man.
I'm gonna make
wrap it up, man. Red pill all day, man. Keep it.
All right, cool, man. Thanks for the call, man. I appreciate it. I want to make a quick correction, real quick. They had a daughter that was born prematurely. I think that's what it's referring to. All right, you're live with Jay the Black. What's going on?
Hey, Jay.
Hey, what's up? Hello? God damn.
Hello?
Yeah, you live. What's going on?
Hey, it's Bella. How are you?
Hey, what's going on, Bella? First time calling in, huh?
Jay? I love your content, Jay.
Thank you, Bella. Appreciate it.
Oh, it's good to meet you. I really like everybody in the chat room.
That's cool. It's good to have you calling in. All right.
Well, I'm nervous, so I'm going to tell you that.
Well, you're amongst friends, so you don't have to be nervous.
I appreciate it. Well, me, I went to college, and then I'm in medical school. I'm getting ready to graduate.
Mm-hmm.
So when I date, married men, they don't tell you straight up. I'm telling you, they don't.
Okay.
They don't tell you straight up. They'll lie to you for a little while,
Mm-hmm.
and they'll be able to get out because their wife agrees. They turn the other way, and then by the time, you're seeing them for a while, then you're starting to see he's acting funny.
Mm.
You know what I mean? And then you get caught up in that stuff, and that's like why I'm done. I'm done. You know what I mean? It's just very difficult. But but a lot of these women, I have friends that are married that their husbands cheat, and they look the other way.
Mm.
You know? I mean, I'm 33, so it's tough out there for dating. But my problem is because I make or I'm going to make more money, that scares men.
Why does it scare you?
No, it scares men.
Oh, it scares men?
It scares men, and that's my biggest problem because I believe in the traditional family. I do. I believe in what you speak about. That's how I was raised.
Well,
that's how I had a dad, a mom. I was raised. You know what I mean? And it's today. It's just with these Instagram models and these dots, as you call them.
Yeah, there's dots.
It's just it's so tough, And as you're getting older, the wall. I understand about all that. I mean, I look young for my age, thank God.
Okay, all right.
I put all my efforts in medical school, so I missed out on the traditional dating. So you go to bars or, where people sit and have drinks in an upper hotel area. Then they start thinking that you're a prostitute.
Oh,
you can't really win.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they're not sure. A lot of times I'll go after, I do my rounds and I'll have my ID on so they'll know. But I just wanted to say that. That's all.
Okay, well, Bella, all right, appreciate you calling in. All right, thanks.
Thank you, Jay. And
all
keep
right.
up the good work. I appreciate that Antonio Brown thing. That thing was on point.
Cool. Well, thanks for tuning into that.
You
all right.
Take care.
Okay, cool.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye. Shout out to Bella. She's a member of the channel. And she's calling in. You're live with Jada Black. What's up?
Man, what it is, OG? What's going on with you, man?
That much, man. What's up with you, youngin?
Man, listen, man, you know what the hell I'm about to say, man. I got the school to check, man. Now, check this out. No disrespect to the lady that just called, but what she did was a prime example of why stuff like with J.R. Smith happens.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
She just said she's 30-some years old, right? She just said she didn't do the traditional dating where oh, what's up, how you doing, get to know somebody, court them, all that type of stuff, right? So you know what that means she was doing through them years between 18 to 30, bro.
Well, I'm not going to speculate. Yeah, I'm not going to speculate because I'm not going to put words in nobody's mouth, but I can only go off what people tell me, So,
well, we just going to insinuate. We're going to insinuate. Now, check this out. Now, you see the climate of how it is today as far as relationships go, OG. Now, check this out. All this red pill content that me, you, and all these other dudes seeing, if a woman is over 30 years old, she has slim to no chance of being taken serious by a dude. Now, back to this situation right here. You have to understand something. Women love chaos. They love, I was telling my girl the other day, girls love stuff that's not good for them. Now, I ain't finna get technical with the Bible and nothing like that, but you remember with Adam and Eve. I'm gonna keep the card short too. Now, they sit there all day talking about this, oh, I gotta level up, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. For one, you cheating on your partner when you talking about doing that or start doing that. But that's another conversation for another day. But what I'm saying is, they do that because they like the idea of, oh, I could possibly mess this nigga relationship up, or I could have my name in the headlines, whoop-de-wop, whoop-de-wop. You get what I'm saying? Now, something that ain't never been talked about is when these girls hit 18, 19, instead of trying to use their prime years to find a dude that's going to do them the right way or treat them right, they be throwing it away, doing with this, that, then they get old. Oh, now I got to deal with this dude because even though he married, I got to deal with him because I ain't, you know what I'm saying? That's what it is. But that's all I wanted to say, OG. I just want to throw my little 2 cents in there.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks for the call, man.
All right.
Yeah. Let me tell y'all something. Man. And I'm serious. We have got to stop living our lives from what we see on YouTube. Okay. Just because somebody says something on YouTube does not mean that that's how you should live your life. You should live your life according to how you live it. Because we all know if a woman is 40 and she look good, you dudes are going to smash regardless. We know this going to happen. So just understand that. Because I know y'all. You live with Jada Black. Yeah. What's up?
It's Mellow Bird.
What's good, Mellow Bird?
It's going good. It's going good. I just got to tell you about somebody at work.
Okay.
Just to confirm what you said. She talks a lot. She talks so much at work. She talks all about how she used to be the good girl at school who studies and never misses school.
Mm-hmm.
And she loves to brag about it every day.
Mm-hmm.
But if she was so much of a good girl, how come she's 31 and still single? Because she subscribes to that chaos lifestyle that the last caller was mentioning. I don't know why she brags about this, but she last month went to Hawaii, right?
Mm-hmm.
Before she left, she got birth control
Mm-hmm.
so that she can be with another woman's husband.
Oh.
And she comes to work, just talks about it. And, we call her a home wrecker. Yeah, she talks about that kind of stuff a lot. And, being with older men and only just wanting them. Well, when she was younger, like in her prime years, she was younger, and she was talking about, I used to like to date older men. I didn't really want to have sex with them. I just wanted them to buy me stuff, She was like that. Wow. Now she's pretty much the epitome of what all of this talks about. She is 31, single. She's beautiful, but she just lives with a cat. That's it. So.
Yeah, but that's what's gonna happen, man. Cause when you spend your best years the wrong way, you're definitely gonna end up lonely. And, it's only go downhill from there.
The rest of us at work, we're all younger than her by within 5 years. One lady, she's 28. She just got engaged. There's another girl, she's 20. She's turning 25. I think she did this month, and she's had a boyfriend for 6 years. And then I have a guy that I've been with for almost a year, and she's the only one who just lives at home by herself with a cat. And she's 31, so it's just, I look at her and it's like, you kind of asked for this, being the kind of person you are.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you're right. It's the people who, the good girls at school, now they like, I need to get my attention that I didn't get. She works out at the gym for several hours, but she's just an example of pretty much what you mentioned earlier.
Yeah. And that's what's sad, man, because you waste your life. And you got to understand, man, it only goes downhill from there. And it's like you got to choose the right guy at the right time. I'm not saying that you have to get married early, but you have to choose the right guy at the right time, if that's what you're looking for. Because some of these women don't want to be held down.
Sometimes.
They want to be single. So, I say some of these just want to be single.
I don't know. She has that, that cognitive dissonance. She's like at work, like, oh, why am I single? And then, 2 days later, she's like, oh, I just want to be with somebody. It's like, what do you want?
Well, she won't Dizzy in a dream.
Oh yeah, she's definitely getting that, in Hawaii with the married guy. So that's all I have to say.
Okay, all right, Mellow Bird. Well, thanks for the call. All right.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye. Shout out to Mellow Bird with the call. All right, phone lines is back open again. Hold on, let me see. Okay. Listen, wait for the right person. Don't want to rush into anything. But I noticed that the women are getting more and more like angry. It's like I've been told wrong anger, you know, and it's like, boy, you know, tell me your life story, you know, tell me your life story. All right, you live. What's up?
Jay, what up, man? It's D-Stroke calling in, man.
What's good, man?
Yeah, man. I don't think anybody really seen this one coming with Homegirl, man. I call her Paula Patton's twin sister, man. That's crazy, man. Like I've seen situations with, like, you know, women chasing after guys that are married all the time. As it almost seems like, you know, they'd be more attracted to the dude, you know, when they find out that he is married, you know. Like they'll curb a dude that's single fast as hell, man. You know, like they see that ring come out and it's like, oh, well maybe he's a good catch or whatever. You know, I mean, I've never understood that, man. But you know, it seems like, you know, like they are trying to kind of have something that's already pre-made as opposed to building something from the ground up. You know, and that might actually be the better option. You know, but then you got females out here too that's running around that's married and leaving their rings at home so they can get attention from dudes, you know, and try to get that validation to boost their ego. I've had plenty of situations like that myself, man, where I've, you know, been talking to a female and I thought that she was single, you know, come to find out that it was just like the whole 15 minutes that we was talking, whatever, man, you know, she's just kind of trying to get a ego boost. You know,
it'll happen.
Oh, you know, I never wear my ring out. You know, like what? What you mean? Like
she don't wear the
husband. Yeah, you know, it's like your husband is cool with that. It's like, oh yeah, you know, we. It's like, oh no, that's out. That's
listen, man, listen, that happens all the time on social media. I mean, look at YouTube. Look at the married women you got on this platform. Okay.
Oh yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah.
They virtually hiding that wedding ring.
Yeah. And you know, you would think because like as they get older, you know, like that would stop, man. That would kind of, it almost seems like it gets worse over time, you know, because these, like, the women I'm talking about are older women, you know, that's doing this, man. You know, like, it don't stop. It just gets worse. You know, the narcissism is like it takes a steroid injection or something, man. It's crazy, you know. And it's funny because, like, I'm in the comment section going in, you know, I'm saying what I'm saying, but I'm also looking at the other comments in there. You know, this is red pill content, you know, but you know, we got a lot of females that's up in here, man, and I see the confusion between a lot of the, you know, the female red pillars and you know, and us guys, you know, that's, you know, red pill or claim to be red pill. You know, and it's like what I see is there's a lack of understanding between the two. Mm-hmm. You know, a lot of them don't really understand. Well, why do we feel this way? You know, and whatnot. You know, and they don't. You know, and it is. You know, the answer should be quite simple. You know, it's like you have to be willing to take a look at yourself. You know, there's got to be self accountability.
Yeah.
You know, you cannot always deflect, or we ain't gonna never get nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but you know, I'm gonna keep it pushing, Jay. Man, I know how you get already.
No, but you know, I appreciate the call. You know, you made some good points, man. But yeah, I want to get as many people online as possible, man.
Yeah, you already know, man. Yo, salute.
All right, salute. Appreciate that, man. All right. Shout out to the bro D. I'm calling in. Okay. The lines are open again. Yeah, Jenna, you're a little late. Now you got to call in, Jenna. Now you got to call in. You're late. If we have some married women that wants to speak live, you can, you know. You will not be judged. Well, there's going to be some people that's going to judge it, but I'm not. No. But yeah, but like I was saying earlier, there's a lot of older women on this platform I be seeing you guys still flirting with and trying to get with, but you know, y'all claim they hit the wall. So I'm confused. They hit the wall, but you still trying to get with them. You're live with Jada Black. What's going on?
Hey Jay, this is Brittany B. How are you?
What's good, Brittany B? Huh?
Nothing much. So I wanted to call in and talk about just like women today. One, I don't understand what women see in married men. Like, what is the significance of dating someone who is married? You know, like, I just don't understand.
What the significance of marriage?
No, what's the, like, why, like, what, I don't understand why women date married men. What do they have to offer?
Well, because from what I heard, one thing I heard from a female directly from her is she says that married men are alpha males. That's
Really?
that's exactly what she told me. She said that to me. She said married men are real men, and she says that they're alpha males. That's what she told me.
What?
Uh-huh.
That sounds ridiculous.
Yeah, that
I
was.
can't believe that.
Yeah, so that tells me a lot about that. You know.
I never understood because I'm very possessive and I could never date someone who's married because I would not want to share, you know, a guy with someone. Like, that's just not my thing, you know? So I wouldn't be able to deal with that mentally, knowing that he's going home to his wife, and that's just extra stress for what, you know? Like, I mean, was married, but let alone even if someone was dating someone else and I knew about it, I just wouldn't be able to, you know, tolerate that. And I feel like women these days, they don't know their worth, you know? Not that, I'm saying, like, maybe some women aren't worth, you know, I mean, we're not going to get into that, but I just think that women who date married men, you know, they must not think of themselves highly.
Yeah, they have low self-esteem.
So, and then about the wall thing, I realized that a lot of people, you know, millennials and things like that, they're not in a rush to get married. I myself isn't in a rush to be with somebody. If I was in a rush to get married, I would have been married, you know, by now, because I had decent guys that I have met, but they were in a rush, you know, to get married, be in a relationship, settle down. And at the time in my life, you know, I'm 23, 22, and I'm just not, you know, I just wasn't ready for that. So I understand when people are waiting. There are a lot of people in our generation, statistically, like, we're not getting married how it was back then, where it's like your parents were like forcing you or asking you all the time, when are you going to get married? Marriage was like just a big thing then. So where it's like you have to get married, you have to have a family. Nowadays, people are building their careers. They are getting on the level that they want to be on, and then they're focused on getting married. Now, if you meet someone while you're younger and you stay with that person, because I have a friend right now who's been with her guy for 8 years. She knows she's going to get married to him, but however, she's not rushing. They're not rushing, you know. So I just think that it's just when you meet someone and you're with that person, you're not really, these days, people aren't in a rush. So I think that it's okay now for people to get married in their 30s. And it's not like considered like I don't know what you guys mean by hitting the wall exactly, but I don't think anyone's hitting the wall at 33, even 34, you know? So I don't know what that, I mean, everybody's definitely.
I wouldn't say that either. I think that's stretching it. I don't think anybody, I think that's stretching it.
People are taking their time.
Yeah. But,
yeah, so I don't, yeah, right. I mean, Jay, I think you're taking your time, right? Until you find that one that you want to do it for the rest of your life. But come on,
why
Jay,
you include me in this? Listen, why you include me in this? I'm a bystander.
You're a bystander, but you haven't hit. Come on, Jay, don't use that just on women, because we can say men hit the wall too.
Y'all can say it, but there's no proof. There's no proof. You know.
Yeah. But we're just taking our time. We are.
All right.
We're just taking our time.
Okay, listen. Nothing wrong with that. As long as you're happy and you find love, that's all that matters. All right. Hey, Brittany, I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna get to some more of these calls, but thank you for calling in. All right.
All right, thank you, Jay.
All right,
Bye.
right. Shout out to Brittany B. Calling in. All right, Jenna, call back in, Jenna. Jenna, the lines are open. Call in. I know I told you to call in. Call in, Jenna. If you here. All right, here we go. You're live with Jada Black. What's happening?
Hey.
What's up, Jenna? Yeah, I wanted you to call in. You know, you coming in late, so I say, you know what, you got to call in. You coming in late. You know what I'm saying?
It's okay. You're fine. I just noticed I was in trouble, so.
All right. So what you want to say?
How are you?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm well.
All right.
The only thing I really can say just from the title, personally, I can't relate. So there's that.
Right.
But I feel like in these times, especially just nowadays in general, I feel like, you know, the dating pool has turned into a cesspool. And, you know, a lot of people don't have really, you know, subjected themselves to less than what they feel like they deserve. And I feel like because of that desperation of always wanting something that a person can't have. And I've noticed that that's been a big thing when it comes to dating lately, is that a lot of people always want things they can't have.
Right.
So to them, they feel as though that it's a, you know, a competition. But in actuality, it's just a recipe for disaster and self-destruction. And as you always say, hitting the wall. That's what I was going to say. Yeah, hitting the wall. I don't have too much of an opinion on the matter, only because it's like, you know, I don't really have too much of an opinion on anything, because I feel like if it doesn't have anything to do with me, I don't have much to say.
Right.
But, you know, I just hope that the dating game, you know, changes in some way. I hope people, you know, grow into becoming a better selves in the future.
Yeah.
And I hope everybody finds the companion that they're all looking for.
Yeah, me too. I agree. I want people to be happy. I don't want people to be going back and forth with each other. You know what I'm saying? It's non-productive. You know what I'm saying?
My fault. But at the same time, you know, it still goes back to, I think somebody had mentioned it, they lightly mentioned it, but I think it's just the fact that there's just too many people that are in relationships with people that they don't even like.
That's true.
And just the fact of, you know, people rushing to get married and stuff like that just for the sake to say, oh, yeah, you know, I got married and I have all these children by this person that I don't even like.
Yeah,
So,
there's a lot. Listen, yeah, there's a lot of women married to men they really don't like, or in relation to men they really don't like. I agree with that.
Right, and to this day, I'll never be able to really understand why that is. You know, I just feel like if you know that you don't like that person like that, why would you sit up here and commit to somebody that you don't even like?
Yeah,
I think that's not realistic.
They don't want to be lonely. They don't want to be alone. You know?
Sounds like desperation to me. But, I mean, that's all I really have to say on that matter.
All right, cool. Well, thanks for calling in, Jenna. Appreciate it. All right.
Absolutely. You have a good day now.
Yeah, you too. All right. Shout out to Jenna with the call. All right. Like the stream, people. Like the stream. Hey, Bella, don't fall for it. I'm looking at your comments. Don't fall for it, Bella. All right. No, you don't have to prove nothing to nobody. You know, I'm pretty sure if I saw Bella, I'd definitely give her a big hug. Okay. You're live with Jada Black. What's up?
Hey, Jay.
What's up?
I have a question. When you're talking about single women with married men, are you talking about actually
dating them or just?
Dating them, sleeping around with them, behind the wife's back, or dealing with the man they know is not available. They know he's not available. They don't even talk to him half the time. Talk to him maybe once or twice a week. They don't really go out public with each other.
I mean, from what I see, I've seen, like some women being side chicks or whatever, but usually they're just, kind of sluts.
Yeah.
Or just, just not people who, carry themselves that well. There's only one female I've seen that really threw me as for a shock. She was the girl in my college. She was some kind of foreign chick. She was from maybe Southeast Asia or something.
Mm-hmm.
She was always buddy with this dude that was married.
Mm-hmm.
They were all, whenever they were in class, they would always be together like best friends. I remember thinking, oh, his wife must be like really cool to let him, be friends with her like that.
Mm-hmm.
And the next thing I knew, maybe a year later, him and his wife divorced, and now they're dating. And I was like, whoa.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
So that threw me for a loop. But I don't see that happening just wide scale like that. I normally just see, married guys, doing their thing, the ones that just kind of want to do their thing. But they were probably doing that the whole time anyway.
Yeah, and that's why I really think that you shouldn't really be in relationships if you know you don't want to just be with one person. But people just don't want to be single. Some people don't want to be single, or they may have a kid with somebody, or financial reasons. They stick with that person, but really they don't really want to be with them or be with one person like that.
I see it happening with the older guys, like in their 40s.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really see it with the young, 20-something-year-olds. I see mostly the 40-year-olds with, who've been married a while doing that. So maybe,
mm-hmm.
I don't know if they're the whole time or, now that they've gotten older.
I've heard that too. Because young dudes will pretty much just be single for the most part. Not saying they don't get in a relationship and cheat, but as far as having like side chicks, like having a whole nother, situation, yeah. Because women find them to be more established. Again, it's about them being attracted to the stability of a guy that's married or in a relationship and has been there for a long time,
To me, if a guy's married and he's out here looking to cheat, that doesn't make me think. He may have quote unquote stable home life, but he's out here cheating, so that just makes me feel. It's really embarrassing when your husband is out here fucking everybody at work.
Well, that is true. That is true.
Yeah. I just think that they make their wives look, they make their wives look bad. Like, I don't know. I kind of feel like there's no way they can't know that they're doing.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way that they can't know that their husband is out here.
Well, some people look the other way,
Yeah, but that also makes me look at them like they were kind of maybe desperate or just kind of. Desperate, but maybe I guess they were maybe kind of desperate just to get married, so they married someone like that. That's how it kind of looks. I think it's just kind of embarrassing when they're doing that. I don't see how someone could find that attractive.
That's a good point. All right, Beth, I appreciate the call. I'm gonna try to get one more call. All right, but thanks for the call, okay? All right. Shout out to Beth with the call. I may take one more phone call. If there's a married woman in the chat room that wants to call in, you could tell me and just give me your area code. I'll let you on just to get your take on it. That's if you want to speak now. You know, but I just find it interesting that. Hold on, let me take this call real quick. You're live with Jada Black. What's going on?
Hey, what's going on, man? This is Wes from Atlanta, first time caller, long time listener.
Cool, man. Thanks for calling in, man.
I appreciate you picking up, giving me your time.
All right. All right.
I know you deem your time is very precious.
Uh-huh.
All right, first thing, man. The Candace Patch situation, she seems like a wholesome girl, which is kind of the point.
Yeah.
In reference to what she's doing, how she's doing it, and the fact she got caught doing it.
Uh-huh.
And given the fact that she's not a big Instagram user, she's not a big social mediaite, gives credence to her knowing what she's doing, her having some layer of awareness to the way she moves, which is admirable to a point, but also makes her look bad because she has no what's the term plausible deniability. She has no plausible deniability to fall back on, which is what most men do in this particular situation.
Right.
Pretending as if, I didn't know I was doing so and so. I didn't know I was being a smut. Oh no. Which is unfortunate. I mean, she's a good actress. The Flash is a pretty good show. But in reference to married dudes, stepping out, from a male's perspective, that's our biological imperative. It's to sow our oats. So when a married man does something like that, it doesn't make him look bad. It makes the wife look bad. Like, you can't take care of your husband. You can't. Yes. There is some blame on the man, of course. And he is accountable. Of course. I can overhear motherfuckers speaking there. What about the shut up? What about the man? Okay. But also, that accountability goes to the woman in reference to why aren't you draining his balls before he leaves the house every morning like you're supposed to do? You have one job. One job. We're from a marriage standpoint, when you sign with that agreement, you're not asking for much in this day and age. I mean, you don't gotta cook the way our mamas and grandmas is doing. You don't gotta clean the way our mamas and grandmas is doing. You don't gotta serve me a martini when I walk in the house like back in the day, Dick Van Dyke style. You know what I mean? So I mean that's all you gotta. That's really all you gotta do. Really, that's all you really gotta do is keep my balls empty, and then we good.
Right.
So the fact that happened gives some credence to you not holding your end of the bargain up.
Well, like one of the I think this is a lady in the chat says, sex doesn't keep everyone faithful. You agree with that?
Say that again?
That sex doesn't keep people faithful in a relationship. Doesn't always do that. It could also be mental too. If you don't mentally, connect. There are other aspects of that. Yes, but it always goes back to sex and power. Every time it goes back to sex and power. One of those things aren't in alignment in most situations for there to be a cohesive environment. Every time. And 99% of the time it goes back to sex or power or some variation of the two. And the ladies that you were talking to, the last maybe two of them, I mean, they seem like decent young ladies, but they seem like they don't have enough perspective and enough experience to speak about the wall, about what a woman should be doing necessarily. They're still. I think they just didn't understand why we speak. I don't know if it was about understand. They may not understand the term of the wall, like other men do.
They do not.
I think a lot of women don't.
Well, and even if you tell them, Jay, they're not going to really digest it until it's right in front of their face.
Yeah, I mean, you basically telling them they have a cutoff period to when they're no longer deemed to be attractive to a lot of guys,
Oh, wait, say that again, Jay.
Oh, you can't hear me?
I didn't hear that. I got a little static on your end, man.
Okay.
Might be my end.
Okay, I'm gonna say this, and I got to get to another caller, bro. But I was saying is, you know, they don't want to hear from us that there's a cutoff period to when they're no longer deemed attractive in the dating market.
Very true.
You know.
Very, very, very true. And this this goes to the grandmas and aunties being in the ecosystem that are no longer around, because those were the people that were telling these girls, like, hey, all right now, you might be having fun, 20s or whatnot, but you better hurry up and get you a man before you looking crazy out here. And that doesn't seem like it's happening as much in a woman's ecosystem anymore.
Yeah. All right. Hey, bro, I got to get to some more callers, but thanks for calling in, all right?
All right, man. I appreciate you, man. I'll try to call back in.
All right. Shout out to the brother Wes for calling in. All right. There was 2 callers that called in. I may take one more. One more caller. Yeah, man, most women don't really understand the wall. I don't hold that against them because it's a term that might be fairly new to them. All right, you live with Jada Black. What's going on?
What's going on there?
Well, what's up? It's Torin.
Yeah.
What's good, man?
Nothing much. Listen, I'm so brand new to this story right here because I feel like I've been so out of the loop lately with a lot of stuff. There's a lot of. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. Kind of like sound like you in the background a little bit.
All right, cool. All right, that's because I have my earbuds in.
Oh, okay.
But
all right.
Yeah, so I'm kind of new to this whole thing, but when I'm listening to the story right here, it kind of reminds me. I don't know if you mentioned her, but it reminds me of Nicole Murphy so much.
Yeah.
Not as bad as Nicole Murphy, because we know she has a history of doing it.
Yeah, she does.
But it's not uncommon what's going on right here. But all I'm gonna say is this: this chick better be careful, because you don't know what type of woman his wife might be.
Right, right.
And vice versa, he better be careful too, because he doesn't know what type of woman she may be. Like, they both could be on a certain spectrum of crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, you just never know. The way his wife was acting on Instagram, she putting out this long post, like really just like she on her last string, man, with this dude.
Red flag when she says when she's at her wit's end, as they say it. Like, she might snap out on somebody, and it's like whoever's in her path, they better watch out. But see, that's the thing a lot of people really don't take into consideration when it comes to stuff like this, because you don't know how the other person is going to react, because they may not have been in that situation before, or they may have been in that situation before, and they thought that, oh, maybe this time is actually going to work. Then something happens like this, and then they spaz out. Yeah. A lot of people think that when they see stuff that happens in movies and stuff like that, that's just entertainment. But guess what? That story had to come from somewhere.
Yeah.
That had to come from a real life. It had to come from a real life situation for them to be inspired to write something like that. That just didn't come from thin air.
Yeah, because a lot of those.
That's all. No, go ahead.
No, I was saying because I watch a lot of these documentaries on YouTube. Like, a lot of those stories were made into were inspired movies, man. They do. Exactly.
Like I said, if you want to know how crazy a woman can get, watch the show Snapped.
Right. Yeah.
Like someone said in the chat, crime of passion. No, that's a real thing.
Yeah, it is.
I said he better hope he don't walk around one day. And this is gonna sound crazy to say. He better hope that he don't end up like Mr. Lorena Bobbitt.
Oh man, yeah. That's why dudes got to be careful, man.
And that was real. Yeah. And that was real.
Yeah, because you just never know what the woman you living with capable of, man. Like, they tell these guys, be careful, man. How you doing?
Exactly. But yeah, that's all I really wanted to say. So,
all right.
Have a good one.
All right, you too, Torin. Thanks for the call, man. All right, shout out to Torin with the call. You're live with Jada Black. What's going on?
Hello?
Yeah, what's up?
Oh, hey. So, I'm Real Beautiness 25. So I was calling in because do you have a question you want me to answer? Or did you want me to just go ahead and talk and say stuff?
Okay, are you a married woman?
Yes, I am.
Okay, the only question the only question I would have is how long, well, I won't say how long, but have you ever been in a situation where your husband had another woman?
No, not that I know. Not once we were married. I know when we got engaged, he went away into the military, and I didn't go with him. We were engaged, and he told me he was seeing somebody on base, and I understood, and we weren't married at the time. We were engaged.
Okay.
And I told him it's okay. You're lonely and you're away, and what are you gonna do? So I'm not gonna. But we weren't married. We were just engaged. Mind you, I've known we've known each other since we were 6 years old.
Okay.
We grew up in the same neighborhood. We never dated. For one thing, I wasn't allowed to date.
Okay.
When he was out, because that's just how it was in my house.
Right.
Both of us grew up with married parents.
Okay.
And married grandparents, and we lived in a neighborhood. We lived a neighborhood away from each other during the time when families were just getting destroyed. We were some of the few people that lived with that. It was, crack, prison, you name it, feminism, just everything that came in. Our families was already in shambles, and the stuff, you already, you seem to be a pretty intelligent guy. The stuff that just swept in and just destroyed things the rest of the way, what little we had going, holding us together. But since we've been married, no, I mean, I know there's been women that have flirted and women that have tried, and, women that have even said stuff to me. And what? That's not my brother, that's my husband. Yes. This is a wedding ring, we're married. Yeah. And then we know, people that practice polygamy, we have, a well-rounded life. That's not something that we do. He knows people, and I know people, and then we know people together. We know Muslims, Hebrew Israelites, different other groups of people that practice that. And, we've talked about it, if that's something he wants to do, that's something that I'm not wanting to participate in. And so I guess that would be the end of things for us.
Okay. Well, it was good to add your perspective on it, as a married woman. All right.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna keep listening. Is there anything else you want to talk, or you want me to just say something?
No, not right now, because
I can tell you my opinion on the thing about the wall if you want to hear.
Okay. What do you think about the wall?
On that.
Okay, what do you think about the wall?
I do believe the wall is a real thing.
Okay.
I think that a lot of I know incels and MGTOW people, and I talk to them, and I be some of the stuff, not when they be going crazy extreme, but some of the regular stuff they say, they're not wrong about that stuff. But because I wasn't allowed to be out there and grow up in that environment, I know a lot of the stuff that they're talking about, just what happened about whore culture just being allowed to take over. And, it's a real problem. And a lot of girls and women think it's all fun and games. That's not, really a way to live your life. And I do try and do my part to try and tell people this. And, if you see me, I'm not super old, but I'm not super young either. I have a couple kids.
Right.
But when people see me, they think I'm just like a teenage girl. And I have to tell them, no, I'm an adult. Not a teenager.
Well,
I don't get into them games either. I have a husband. I'm not living my life like that.
Yeah. Well, it was good that you had a good, upbringing as far as the structure. You and your husband. So maybe y'all were, you were a good fit for each other. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, probably so. Cause like I said, he was dating. I wasn't allowed to date. Later on in life, actually his father owned a car shop, and I ended up taking my car to his father's repair shop. And he's like, ooh. And he's like, are you allowed to date now? And we've been together pretty much ever since. I was like, yeah, I'm allowed to date now.
Okay.
That's kind of how we got together.
Yeah.
Been together ever since. We've had our problems. I think here's another problem, Jay. People think that, marriage is going to be perfect and ain't nothing ever going to happen. Stuff happens. And when you make a marriage commitment, you're supposed to stick in there with the person. As soon as trouble comes, you're supposed to just run off.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's like, well, what's going on? Can I help? Can we try and hold it together? But I think that's men and women's first instinct is just to run off because we live in that kind of society. Just everybody is replaceable.
Right.
And just because people are replaceable doesn't necessarily mean you should be so quick to replace them.
Mm-hmm. Well, I appreciate you calling in. All right. And thanks.
Okay, I'm going to continue listening.
All right. Cool.
All right. It's nice talking to you.
It's good talking to you too, all right?
Okay.
All right. Bye. Shout out to her, married woman. Want to call in. Yeah, that's it for the phone calls. But shout out to everybody that called in today. But so baby's in the background. Yeah, that's she with the kids. Got the babies with her. But but shout out to the people making it work in marriages, man. This shit ain't easy. I will say this though. If you come from a family where you have a mother and a father, it's gonna make it easier for you to want that. And for you to seek nothing else but to be a wife or a husband. But if you come from maybe a single parent household, man, you got people that don't really have those aspirations. They've never really seen that, They may want that, but they don't know the first thing about having that because they never really saw it. They don't know what to do. They get into a marriage and they want out of the marriage just as quickly as they got into it. Loving Holmes, what's going on, Miss Holmes? Shan, it's another married, melanated woman. Listen, y'all know my stance on marriage. Y'all know how I feel, but I'm just one man. Whatever y'all decide to do is your life. I'm not going to tell you how you should live it because I don't want you to be unhappy and to have regrets. Say, I listened to that motherfucker Jada Black. But truly go your own direction. That's what I have done, and I hope that a lot of you guys do the same thing, There's no problem, Bella. Shout out to Bella calling in, first son calling in. We already got too many unhappy people. I mean, we have a shit ton of unhappy people in this world, man. We don't need no more. We don't need any more unhappy, angry people out here. We got enough of them. I mean, look at my comment section. I'm just joking, man. But shout out to the commenters, man. Y'all make these videos even better, man. I seen a response. I got a notification of a response. And this female was like, look at the men in the comments. I kid at least one or two of them probably a day. Look at the men in the comments. Oh, man, what's funny is that you got certain females that dealt with worse men than they see in these comments. Jay, you want to marry when the right one comes along. Oh, Lisa, you coming along? Nah, I'm just joking. But shout out to you, Lisa. I get like one of those a day. These men in the comments, I get at least one or two of them a day. I get notifications. I'm like, that shit make me laugh, man. All right, ready people. Shout out to everybody tuning in. I gotta go too. Both of y'all have a good rest of your Sunday until you get back to the grind of next week. And I'll be back at it with the live shows. But y'all know what to do. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. I revealed my identity on Instagram. Y'all know, according to some people, I've been hiding my identity. So I revealed my identity on Instagram. But yeah, man, shout out to y'all, man. I'll see y'all on the next one. You have a good rest of your night. All right.